want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta
We want
understand,
all the
right?
smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room. Love and R&B room, hosted by the queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak. No mercy room. Spin the block room. 100 ENT jailbreak squad room. 100 ENT solve room. Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room. Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast. Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull. Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
Finny's, as far as live streaming in Vegas, that was his first time doing it. And when I help him out, he didn't know the camera would be upside down, just all kind of, and I'm showing him what to do because I already did this shit, because I'm getting cool with him and shit. Like I said, we had started getting to know each other, so I'm helping him out or whatever. And the pepper spray incident happened that night. Now, I even told him, like, dude, this could have all been avoided because Bubbly, I think I said this on Wax Show, Bubbly has some liquor in him, and Bubbly's kind of, she'll get out. She aggressive. She has some liquor in him, and I was like, and Finny was busy trying to stream. Then she comes and gets the camera and starts wanting to stream, and I asked Finny, "You want me to look out for her?" Because dudes was hitting on her. It's just a bunch of shit. Like you could just you want me to watch your back? And he's like, nah, she cool, she'll be all right. So I left it alone because I'm not gonna press. I think Bubbly's a good looking woman, but my wife was there too. But my wife was in the casino because I kind of felt something was gonna pop off. It was too many of Manny's enemies there at one place, and even my wife was like, man, I'm not going to that circle.
Where was y'all at?
Yeah, we was on Fremont Street, so she was in Circus, what is it? What's the place called? Circa.
Circa.
She was in Circa, and I was like, yeah, just wait here. I'm gonna go get my bag. When I get my stuff out of Finny's car, we'll just catch an Uber back because we rode up there with Finny. But he didn't want me to watch her back, and I wish I would have just anyway, because she went up in Manny's face and asked Manny why was he picking on Sarah. That's the people that was under Urban AZ. And, she got aggressive with him a little bit. Finny even admitted
We lost you, bruh.
Man, that was Manny's opportunity to pepper spray and be safe. See, he didn't pepper spray in the beginning when it was just him and her. He didn't, he waited till security got there, and I thought that was a pussy part. Like, he had already de-escalated this situation. Bubbly wasn't getting past his security. It wasn't no way. Finny wasn't walking up aggressive. He caught it. He started walking up. He didn't run up because wasn't nothing happening at the time. Like, it was just a commotion, but he had to go see what his wife was, why is she in a commotion? And he nonchalantly walked up, and shit was handled. But like I said, Manny started emptying his can, and then his boy started emptying the can too. And then Julie comes up, and I'm catching, here's what I'm catching. I'm catching this on film after the fact. Understand that. I see Manny pepper spray, and I see the other guy pepper spraying, but the other stuff, as far as Julie hitting her with the stick or whatever she had in that, I'm seeing that later on
Were you pepper sprayed?
everybody's film. What?
Were you pepper sprayed?
Yeah, I got a little bit on me, but it wasn't pointed. It wasn't for me. I was in the way because I'm telling Finny, dude, he's pepper spraying. It ain't Manny. It's that dude over here now. Like,
I
don't walk
gotta
up into that.
ask, did you have any angles to prevent this?
Oh, hell no. That
Okay.
shit, hell no. Only way I was preventing it if I was walking with Bubbly when she was moving around with the camera.
So she's in front of you, you're behind her as this is going on.
She's she's like, let's say, let me go by yards. 10 yards, maybe 15 yards. She's
Okay.
15 yards away from me. But me
And
and
this
Finny
is
are
on
chit-chatting.
Fremont Street.
Understand what's happening at the same time. There's like 50 black kids, young people running past us. So we looking like, okay, who's down there? What the fuck's going on? We wasn't paying attention to Bubbly.
And this is on Fremont Street.
This is on Fremont Street.
Wow.
So when he turns back around and he sees Bubbly getting altercation, you know, everything happens so fast. The reason I can say all this because I'm seeing recordings later. You see what I'm saying? But I do know, you know, I do. Like, I couldn't even say I seen Manny start with the pepper spray. I got that from film, but I felt the pepper spray. You know, I know pepper spray was on Bubbly and it was on Finny, and I got some from the other guy who I had talked to. He apologized to me, so I left it at that. You know, so the pepper spraying incident jumped off the whole. Okay, how do I get back at Manny, basically? And like I think Wack was saying, you know, he's seen the numbers. Here's what happened right after the incident. Not right after, but when everybody left. They go on live and, you know, they're telling their story. He sees his numbers jump like a mother. Probably get like about 200 people in there compared to getting 8 earlier, only about 8. So, you know, you think about it from there.
So after the pepper spray is when you started quote unquote mentoring Finny on how to get at Manny?
Well, the first time after that, when he went live, it might still be up. I'm trying to think. When he went live, it might have been the first time or second time. He went live. I got in there. Before that, I was showing him. He's like, "How do you use StreamYard?" Because I use StreamYard for some of my stuff, interviewing people. So yeah, I mentored him. You know, if you're not going to be out streaming, you're just going to be talking. Yeah, use StreamYard. You want people to come in and this and that. And he's caught some of my StreamYards shows where I had, you know, guests on and shit like that. And he also caught a thing I did where I had the most Urban AZ. I interviewed Manny's, the security guy not the big guy, but the guys I was telling you, the Mexican guys he had around him that kind of had his back. One of them fell out with Manny over, you know, Manny just giving him a hot dog and a beer for pay. And this dude, I've come to find out this dude is sleeping on the bus. I'm like, damn, Manny making all that money and ain't helping you. But anyway, he's like, man, I wanna come on your channel and I wanna speak my piece. So you could say I'm not liking Manny, so fuck it. Yeah. That may have started some shit, but I let him on. And you know, he basically made Manny look bad. He told the world some inside shit about Manny, you know, how Manny didn't pay him and this and that. He didn't bash Manny, he kind of kept it real, but keeping it real, it kind of made Manny look bad. So obviously, you know, it's funny because Manny was in the chat telling Eddie to get out of there. Manny was still thinking he's controlling he's a control freak. He thinks he's controlling these people. And Eddie was he was still, saying what he had to say. And the good thing about it, I had recorded it earlier because I didn't trust him. I didn't want to be like, okay, we got an interview with Eddie coming up, promote this shit, and then I'm like, I fooled you. So I had recorded this shit earlier, and end up because our connection got lost, and I end up playing the recording. But I feel like I'm getting off guard again. Shit, right to move
Nah,
it.
you good. You good. You walking us
All
through
right,
the
so where
story.
we at? I forget. Oh, the Finny thing, helping Finny out. So
Yep.
anyway, he's seen that. So I'm sure he got an idea. Okay, this drama shit sells. Because honestly, besides like the Cat Williams videos and all that stuff, that live interview with him, as far as a live stream, that got the most traction on that page ever. And it jumped it off actually as far as new subscribers and different shit like that. That live stream did that drama sales. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, we was doing shit at the BET Awards or just different some award show. I forget, that was in Vegas. We had access to. We had shit like that, and that interview with Eddie wanted to see. But it's all because Manny was so popular in that community. They wanted to hear what somebody had to say about Manny. That's why Finny's channel kind of got popular, because he was talking about Manny and people wanted to see what was being said. But yeah, I coached Finny up on some stuff, and then he got a feel for it, and he did his thing.
And what point did you see it going left and you felt you needed to back away?
Well, let me get to I want to say it was his first or second live stream, and I got on the panel. No, I want to say it might his first, because he was saying what he was gonna do. He's saying, "This is what I'm gonna do every week." Da, da, da. And I was like, "Dude, you shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea." And I was telling everybody in the chat on the panel, "I'm gonna talk him out of this. Like, this ain't happening, so don't listen to him." Blah blah blah. I'm going at, and they talking they shit. Where you're just jealous. That you didn't think of the idea. Just all this shit. And I wanted to be like, I'm the one who gave him the idea from the goddamn Eddie interview. So y'all, but chat's they gonna troll and talk shit. Cause I would always, to be honest, they didn't like me because I was always be like, I'm not your guys' friends. I would always say that shit. I don't know y'all. I think half of y'all are beneath me. Like, I'm not with y'all. I'm not trying to be y'all's friends. And I ain't that kumbaya y'all type. So, that's what y'all want. I ain't the person for it. So anyway, back to the Finny shit. Yeah, I was against it. I said this. I even put the example out there. This is the example I put out there. If you guys watched the movie 300, anybody seen that movie, the first one, 300?
Who hasn't seen that?
Okay, right. You remember the messenger in the beginning of the movie? He came and delivered the message for him from whoever, Achilles.
This is Sparta.
Whatever his name was, and they kicked that well.
Yeah, that.
I said, Finny, that's gonna be you. Your messenger. Because he was like, I'm gonna let everybody else talk in the chat and say what they want, open chat. I said, that's dangerous. You let everybody say what they want to say. He's like, well, I'm just a messenger. I ain't saying. I'm saying, you see what happened to that messenger thing? That's what's gonna happen to you. I said that to him. And people talk shit about me, hater, blah blah blah. But Finny's a strong-headed person. Finny's 44 years old. Finny, I would say he would listen to me, but he's still gonna do what he want to do. Now, after he started making money, what I'm gonna say? Like, let's be honest. Like, if D Ware is set for life, if I'm set for life, I'm taking trips to Cancun, I'm doing shit, you know what I mean? And he sees this, who am I to tell him, stop what you're doing and stop making money? Which I've had, but I didn't press the shit. I didn't like that because I'm not in his shoes. He was working, but maybe that extra money did something for him. You know what I mean? He had kids living with him. He had 4 kids and a grandson. So
did you see the lives where Manny was threatening him and all that? Did you have knowledge of all that?
All that shit is documented. There's a person named
While all this was going on, what was your relationship like with Finn?
I was seeing that stuff, all that stuff. Yes.
So you was warning
See,
Finn and all
huh?
that. You was
What?
warning him and all that, like telling him like you shouldn't be doing this. It's getting out of hand, or was you
Not
like with
then.
the
Not
bullshit
not
still?
early. Not in the early stages.
So
Because
you
it
were
was
still with
like,
the bullshit.
huh?
You were still with the bullshit.
Yeah, he can do what he want. I didn't give out Manny. Like I said, Manny started talking about my brother, my deceased brother. I didn't about Manny. So understand that. Like,
I get it.
I wanted that to go away.
I get it.
So, you talking about my dead brother like it's a joke. Like, come on, dude.
And you said Manny felt like you was the puppet master behind all this.
Yeah.
I mean, I can clearly see why.
So, do you feel like any survivor's remorse over the situation, even after you wash your hands? Like you put Finny on basically to all this. So, like, do you take accountability for
I don't take
that portion?
accountability for that because I don't really consider myself putting Finny on to all this. Finny's was gonna figure that out anyway. Like I said, when he got all those numbers that night, you could see in his eyes he ain't stopping. That just gave him an idea, like, ooh, I got 200 people in my stream. So again, over time we got to know each other more and more. At that time we were still kind of fresh. It wasn't like it was like a month ago or 3 months ago. You gotta remember this went on for 2 years. So me and him was still getting to know each other. You see what I'm saying? I liked him, he liked me, but we wasn't at the level we were at today. I wasn't like that person that could be like, man, you gotta stop this. You gotta stop this shit. Back then, I was no way that person. Like, he had a best friend, Zelly, that I don't even know if Zelly could have talked to him and stopped him. But you gotta remember, no one foreseen Manny doing this. It's easy to out on the outside and you hear the story. It's easy to say, damn, he should have stopped. He didn't know that much on
No,
pull out a
bro.
weapon.
Let's be real. You didn't see the signs in Manny's personality. I mean, the dude been crashing out.
Nah, but this is why. And call me old school, whatever. The only reason I didn't see this level of activity from him, like this, is because he's just always put out those threats. And there was this other guy who would do the same shit. Another streamer that Finny would talk about on the stream. They would do the same shit and wouldn't do nothing. They would just always, it was like they was doing it for clout online and that was it. I'm admit, I never thought Manny would go to this extreme. I knew he might do something, but honestly because I honestly thought he had too much to lose to do something like that. I still thought he's got a chance.
You
What I
didn't
mean?
think
He ain't
that
finished.
he
Huh?
had lost everything behind this shit? Because from making the type of money he was making, it sounded like all that money was going to Finny. So he was doing bad. And you live
Right.
in,
He was doing
well, I
bad,
don't
but
know.
you
You
gotta
don't live in
understand.
Vegas, but Vegas is a hard place.
Understand how much of a narcissist he is. He's on his stream. This is how much he would tell people that when Finny used his videos, because Finny would play his videos, clips of his videos, that the YouTube money that Finny was getting would go to him. And some people believe that shit. Finny actually believed that shit for a reason. I'm like, nah, that don't work that way, Finny. But he was keeping that. He was still fronting as if he's gonna be fine, saying he got to deal with a club, he's got sponsorships. Manny wasn't. A rare few times he ever came online and been like, I'm hurting. He accidentally let it out a few times, but he never let it known that Finny's hurting him. You see what I'm saying? So, and I always thought, since he streamed every day and he was always coming up with different gimmicks and ideas, like he used to start doing a 360 booth where people could take pictures in the 360 and stream it. Manny's a hustler. I'll give him that. He would try everything. And I just honestly felt like they were saying Julie was getting government assistance and that was taking care of the bills around the house or whatever. I mean, I don't know. You just hear shit, you know. But I thought he would always bounce back somehow. I just thought he was that grinder. He's gonna bounce back like a cockroach because it was like, damn, this dude ain't going away. I thought he would, you know, maybe through the first year, what Finny was doing, it was gonna be a wrap. But he kept, you know, he kept
So
going and
how
going.
long did this shit go on for?
Huh?
How long did this go on for?
I'm saying damn near 2 years. This
Wow.
started. This started. The pepper spray incident happened October 2023.
And y'all met a year prior on Halloween, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, that was 2 years prior. That
Okay,
was,
too. So y'all been rocking with each other for years.
you, uh, you talking about Finny? With
Yeah,
Finny, it was
Finny,
2 years
Manny,
prior.
all of
Yeah,
y'all.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he would come on the Urban AZ and be in the chat, talk crazy, talk funny, talk shit. Yeah, yep.
Damn. So you wanted Manny gone. You were with the bullshit, but nobody saw Manny
You
escalating
say I
into
wanted
this.
Manny gone?
Not like that, but you know, you
I
wanted
didn't.
him.
I
I'm
swear on
just
my.
quoting your
I didn't want any
words.
violence or any crazy
I
shit.
get that. I'm not saying you wanted
Like
violence.
I
Nobody
never
wants
wished that on
this.
him.
Yeah,
I just
nobody
wanted him
wanted
to
this.
shut up and leave me alone and just do your thing, dude. You do your thing, I'll do my thing. Like just
Did you at least think they were gonna fight? Is that where
nah.
you thought the escalation was gonna get? Maybe
Finny,
they throw hands and
Finny's too big for him to fight. For them to fight, he ain't gonna fight Finny.
okay.
I knew
So
that
and Manny keeps this gangster persona. I'm assuming, right?
exactly.
He's a small dude. Finney's a big dude.
Yep.
You see what I'm getting at, right?
I
I
see.
mean, the
I see.
equation for
Understand.
what just happened is that is it right there. Like you don't. I don't buy
Have you
that.
ever heard of a fake?
I
Have
just
you ever
don't think
seen a
y'all
fake
gave a
gangster
fuck.
or a wannabe gangster? Have you heard of that term?
I mean, I get that, but the nigga been crashing out, and
But
you guys
let
are
me. But
sitting,
okay, he
y'all
been crashing
trolling.
out. Let me say this: he's been crashing out, and he ain't done shit. He ain't done shit all that time.
Well, he
The
definitely
only
did do
reason we're
something.
saying this because he happened to do some shit this time. No
Twice
one
before
expected it. They didn't
if,
expect it.
if you really look at it, it escalated. First is the pepper spray, then it's the
Right,
pushing, then it's the pushing. I mean, he's consistently doing something. He's getting bolder each time,
right. I
and
noticed that.
nobody's catching this. Y'all trolling it.
Well, you saying y'all? It ain't me trolling him.
Well,
I
at this moment, because that's what I asked you when you decided to back out of the bullshit. Because all I can
It
go
was
off
at
of me
probably at the
skimming
begin,
four
a little
hours
bit
of
after the
footage.
beginning of this year, at the beginning of the year, probably January. And I didn't back out because of Manny. I backed out because of another streamer was coming at me, and it wasn't worth it. It was just like, man, this shit is stupid, man. Like, he's not gonna. This is another streamer. He's not gonna fight me. I already had walked up on him and said, hey, we got to do something. But he would talk on his stream. I'm a whoop theirs. He's talking today, right now. I clicked on his shit. He's watching the. He's watching the. I gotta talk to Wack too. He's watching the shit I
Whack
was on
listening,
Wack
I'm
shit.
sure he is.
Huh?
I said Whack listening.
Right. So no, I gotta talk to Wack first. But he's on Wack's page watching the shit because my is running to his page. Wack is destroying D Ware, but just da 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 da. He's on his shit right now or earlier hour ago, or whatever, talking about how he wear up and this and that. And there's a video of me walking right up on him, dude. What we doing, man? And he runs back away from me, talking about I got a gun. That's why he ran away and screamed. It's just silly. And I was like, this shit is silly. I'm in my 50s. I'm about to be on 59. Not about to be, but I'm about to be retirement age. What the internet? I was just like, I'm done with this. I can't do it. It's stupid. And somebody's gonna get hurt behind some bullshit. So
So at
yeah,
what point did you
I
express
left the
this
shit.
sentiment to Finny? Because I know you saw it brewing with Manny. I know you saw it, bro. You just said it. You 50, you old, you got wisdom. You
I
saw it
told
coming.
you I had talks with him. At this point, you have to realize Finny gonna do what the fuck Finny wanna do. Period. And it got to a point where me and Finny actually got into it on the side, and he actually accused me. Damn, I don't want to be saying all this shit. We got into it, and I don't know if somebody put a bug in his ear or something. And I'm like, dog, you know me better than this. But it kind of came out like I'm hating on his success. And I'm like, and we worked it out. You know what I mean? Like, dog, I'm the one who was giving you the game. Like, why would I hate on this? The money you make, I said, honestly, Finny, that shit ain't nothing to me, dog. Like, give me a reason why I would hate on you. You know what I mean? We've had this conversation. I don't want your girl. You see my wife. You got a cool house. You ain't been to my house, but I'm not gonna outshow you. I'm not gonna try to do that. We cool, dog. We don't need to do that. But it kind of came to me that way because people are getting in his ear. You know, D-Ware hating on you. He don't like the success and this and that. You know, people would say this shit in the chat. So it was nothing I was gonna tell him anyway after I had already said this shit a few times. You know what I mean? So it's like he was gonna do what he was gonna do, period. And I was like, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I choose to go do something else. I'm not too old for this shit. And he was, I would probably say he was blinded. He didn't see the shit escalating and then turning into that. But I'm telling you, I had conversations with him. You leave a man with nothing to lose. What the think he gonna do? And I told him, dude, I'm not getting into it with nobody unless they got something to lose like me.
But in a sense, didn't Finny come with nothing to lose?
Nah, I mean what I'm saying, Finny got a family. He had a good job. Bubbly had a good job. He had just bought a new house.
Good question, Baloo.
So I would definitely say
We lost you, bro.
salvage title cars. You know what I mean? I just financially wise, seeing Finny have more to lose. They
I'm
all
sorry,
have something to lose, though. If you got family and all that, I said before, I thought Manny wouldn't do that because he had shit to lose.
Yeah.
He got 3 kids and a wife. So why, if Finny is dirt to you, why would you let him get to you so bad where you had to do that? Now your life is done. So
That's a sad
I see everybody want to make me the ringleader and all this shit, but damn, if I'm not out here hoeing and making me some money or something, because that ain't the case.
So off of this situation, if you're talking to a bunch of young YouTube streamers, what lesson or words of wisdom would you give them from your experience in this situation?
Just don't get in any spats with anybody. Just do your thing, and you have to be built to take whatever comes at you. If you don't have mods or whatever protecting you in the comments, you got to be built to take that shit. Just take whatever comes in, or don't look at the chat or whatnot. Don't start arguing back with people because it's going to escalate. What Wack just did to me tonight, I'm not glad he did it, but by me shutting up, because normally I would have either got the fuck off and be like, nigga, let's go at it, because that's just the human nature, you know. That's just me being competitive, whatever. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me crazy, whatever. I had a reason why I came on there, so I was like, Derek, up, let him say what he needs to say, and take it, because it's definitely a lesson. It's definitely a lesson from it. Because let's say me and his shit escalated or whatever. Over what? We always look back at something and be like, well, was that necessary? Finny, a friend of mine, I just seen them die. So it's no way arguing with somebody. I don't know Wax. I know of him. I don't know him. I'm not going at it with him. Like over the internet. It just don't make sense. It's dumb. It's not worth it. So let's say Wack. Let's just say I just kept going at Wack. Wack had somebody out here, man. Take care of this nigga. Whatever you got to do, I'll give you 10 grand or whatever. And I got to deal with that. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, was that worth it? Nothing's worth losing your life over dumb shit over words. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of the shit. I used to, be never back down, or I got some boys, nigga, I get this my 5 grand to go do, you know what I mean? That would have been me. But being on this social media shit and just watching this and that, what comes out of it? Y'all tell me, what did Manny gain? What did Finny gain? Y'all
What
tell
did
me.
D-Word gain?
I gain? What you think I was trying to gain?
It sounds like everybody lost to me.
You tell me. Like, it's like the narrative I get, what y'all see and y'all hear and all that. Finny was going to do what Finny was going to do regardless. He was going to do that. Like I said, I had plenty of conversation with him. Y'all don't know if his mom may have had conversations, his best friend Zelly may have had conversations. No one knows that. Finny is a strong-headed, like, it's kind of like my wife is like, can't nobody tell you what to do, Derek. My mom used to say the same shit. Finny is a grown man. I wish he would have listened to me. I wish I would have pushed him harder. But that's hindsight. Of course, after I see the man get unalived on camera, everybody's probably saying, damn, we should have said something more. Yes. If I didn't probably have, like I said, I had to do the surgery, I would have probably been out there with him. Maybe I could even talk him out of it. I don't know. I don't know what would happen. But it's happened now. And all I can do is try to help the family. I'm sad about the situation. I hate Manny for it. I'm not trying to like, oh, if he get out of Manny, it was senseless. And it's definitely got to be a learning lesson to everybody. But I hate that it's a learning lesson. It shouldn't have came to that. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't think Manny had it in him to do that. Because obviously, if Finny thought he had it, Bubbly, me, Zelly, anybody that's in his chat, people, archives of people that was kind of close to him. I mean, don't you think like somebody would have been like, man, I'm not participating in this shit no more. Finny, you got to stop this. It's going to get really bad. This dude, you know what I mean? No one really, like you said, you could say we was all slipping, I guess.
Must stop
It
No one
playing
thought.
almost
on the
seems
internet.
like
That's what it
everybody.
is.
It almost
What?
seems like everybody had it out, kind of like had some against each other. It's like all of y'all had it out for each other in some kind of way. It's weird.
Like I had it out for Finny?
No, you definitely had it out for Manny though.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I didn't. It wasn't. It wasn't where I would spend my time. How can Manny up? Because that's easily done. Give him 2 or 3 grand, go to his house and do some shit. That's easy. That's the easy way. For me, it would be, I'm not doing this shit. I'm gonna be in Cancun somewhere while somebody else is doing it. But I'm not doing that. So that would have been the easy way. So it was. I didn't have that venom towards him to want to hurt him. I just wanted to see him kind of be in a bad position with his stream, because I know that was his baby, and he bragged on this and that. When he started coming at me, when he came at my son, it was just like, honestly, I wanted to go to his house right then and there. I was in Sacramento at the time, though, when I was told. But then I always watch who tells me something. Like, why are you telling me this? I would have never known about what he was doing online because I wasn't paying attention to the shit. I was actually in Sacramento for a funeral. So
Did Manny
why are
ever
you
threaten you?
why are you telling me? Why are you telling me he's online talking about your son and trying to ruin your son's business and this and that? Like, I always kind of watch the messenger too. What you want me to do? There's a lot of people that'll tell you shit, or in the chat that'll send you shit or send you an email. oh, he just did this and said this about you. Yeah, because you want me to. That's what you want to see. Why don't you go? You know what I mean? I'm not falling for that bait. And I think Finny may have fell for some of that shit. Just people, Manny's doing this, Manny said this, Manny said that, da 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 da, and just kind of egging them on. And I'm actually glad I came in here because, like, I'm not perfect, and I ain't like just because I'm older that don't mean I know everything or I'm wise to shit. But I know right now I'm not getting into it. Nobody online. It's got to be some serious shit for me to and I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna do it. If it's something needs to be done, it's just gonna be done. I'm not gonna sit there and go online and be like, yeah, your turn, your time, and all this other shit. Just not doing that. Well, it's not worth it, man.
See, what I
None of
think is all the gangster shit and all the gangster talk is probably what made Manny feel he needed to step into those shoes. Because Finny was talking it,
oh
Manny
yeah,
was
I
talking
mean,
it. Somebody had to do it. Somebody had to be a man of their word, and
Finny
that's
claimed
the
to be a
whole
crip in the
issue
early
with it.
days, so I don't know. I mean,
I don't know about none of that, but you
I'm
know,
just saying you'll hear that he claimed to be a crip earlier. I never disputed him on it, but I didn't really care about that shit. Like that don't really, cause you're a
I
crip.
saw
What's
that
that
in my
mean?
research, but
Huh?
I don't think that. I said I saw that in my research, but I don't think that had anything to do with what him and Manny had going on. Cause
Oh
I'm
no,
glad you
not
went on there
that.
with
But
Wack and woke it up because I was in the Reddit post like 30 minutes after it happened trying to figure out the why, and it was a big question until you went on Wack platform and did that. So appreciate that for waking up the how all this shit happened, cause this crazy, crazy. Anybody else got any questions for the brother? I see some in the chat. You on stage? Go ahead, come off mic.
Yeah,
What's
if
it?
you on the stage, come off that mic and talk.
Okay, excuse me, sir, Derek. I'd like to know what's up with my profile picture because it doesn't match your profile picture. I know you lying.
what profile picture?
It starts.
Alright, chill, chill.
What did I miss something? Was she
Who's
cracking on me? I missed something.
Evidently, you were missing something because tonight I don't know what you have in your profile picture is not what we all saw on camera tonight. I'm just saying.
What do I have in my profile
She's
picture?
referring to when you took off your hood.
Shit, my hair's. I mean, my hair. I haven't cut my hair in probably what 2 months. I'm not cutting it for a minute. I told myself I'm not cutting it until my
That's the
shoulders heal.
look. That's
No,
the
it ain't
look.
the look. I don't go anywhere. All
I
I'm
get it.
around is my wife. I'm not trying to impress nobody.
You don't want to look good for the wifey, brother?
And she ain't looking good for me. She come home, she want to take off her makeup and all that shit.
You gonna give what you get, huh?
Yeah, gonna get what she get. Shit, I can't lift weights or do none of that shit. I'm gonna be for a while. That's how it's gonna be. So I'm glad
Skeletor it
I don't.
is.
It ain't
Fuck it.
like it ain't who's a female. It ain't like you was trying to holler at me, was you? Was you gonna holler at me from the picture in the profile? Where's she at?
I think she's
She
gone.
gone? I got a question
Oh,
for
she
her.
slid out.
Yeah, was you gonna holler at me? I'll get my hair cut.
They jumping
Okay.
out, banging, and getting back in the whip.
Okay. And they're running.
Yeah, because that photo that she talking about just probably a year ago, so I can switch it up. Shit.
Nah, she definitely pulled the photo from today, brother.
No, what I'm saying was she said it don't look like the one in the profile pic,
Oh,
right?
that one's from a year ago. Okay, I got you.
Right, that's what I'm saying, not the one she said.
I keep going now. Somebody must be calling in. Any more questions for brother when he come back?
Yeah, come back. I want to know what that was about,
Yeah.
and I want to see what you look like. If it's worth for me to cut my hair, get a haircut.
There you go.
Okay. Get it
Let's
where
see
you
what you
fit.
look like. I don't give a. But anyway, let me not get off topic. I start arguing with her and shit, and I said I'm not doing that no more.
Literally the paragraph before it. Now, who else got some questions, man? Come off mic, y'all.
Mhm. You're gonna wish you asked later. It's gonna be too late.
I'm actually glad y'all. I mean, I ain't gonna be on this social media shit like this, but I'm glad I came in here because sometimes we get stuck in our ways and we only see what we see, and you get an outside opinion that's unbiased, and they tell you what they see. So I have to think about some of the shit y'all said. Like that's what y'all really see, and that's what y'all think, because you don't know me, so that's what you see though. And perception or however they say that shit is everything. What somebody thinks about you and all that. So if y'all see that, then yeah, maybe I gotta get better with some of the shit.
I mean, they
That
always
how
say
I'm moving.
you never get a real perspective until you step out the box and see what everybody else see.
Right.
The outside opinion you get to finally hear.
No, I feel you on that. I'm peeping that. I mean, a lot of us we just listen to our friends and family. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
get that outside opinion. What does this person think of me? You know what I mean? It's hard to try to accept what somebody online thinks about you because a lot of people just say shit to try to hurt you or try to get a
You
reaction.
can't take that serious. We
You
troll
don't.
each
But
other
yeah,
here for
sometimes you
sport.
don't know. You don't know who's who. Shit. You know what I mean? Y'all talking and y'all in here, so I could kind of, to verify like, okay, this is real shit. When motherfuckers text shit in chats and all that, yeah, I don't pay attention to that. Like, come on and talk. So yeah, I feel
I'm
you.
gonna let you know though. You welcome to come slide back over here, but it's gladiator school over here for real. You really gonna learn how to not have feelings.
No, I mean, Wack, we talked prior. You was like, come at me every day. I just ain't. I'm really
You
not
definitely
used
got
to
a
it.
bar.
So yeah.
You definitely
How do
got a
you like
bar.
your first experience on Clubhouse?
Damn, yeah. So if y'all ain't got no more questions.
You didn't hear Miss Doja?
Oh no, what she say?
Can you hear me? How do you like your first experience on Clubhouse?
No, it's cool. It's inviting. Y'all are keeping it real and being cool. Y'all ain't like, coming on here just talking crazy or nothing like that. So I like this better than, that YouTube shit, to be honest. Cause people talk, you have to talk. It ain't just typing and texting some crazy shit and then moving on. So yeah. You can kinda tell it by a person's voice and how they their tone, um, you know, if it's real or just some bullshit. So yeah, it was cool. It's good. It's therapy too to me. Um, like after this incident,
Yeah, sorry for your loss, cause you
it's
you lost
it's
you
definitely
lost
therapy.
friends. Whether Manny was still a friend or not, you lost friends, cause he gone.
Yeah,
Oh,
He's out of here.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, I was not Finny's best friend, but we was friends, and like I hung out with the family and all that. So it's just I wake up and it's like kind of unbelievable still. And then I guess seeing the video makes it worse. It's just ugh. That's hearing Bubbly scream like that. So I don't know. I mean, you guys don't know him, so I get you guys' opinion is like, okay, she shouldn't have did this, and she shouldn't. Some of the stuff she shouldn't have did, and she admit, not just. But I don't know. Let me ask y'all this, like honestly, because
What's
y'all
crazy?
y'all are y'all are unbiased about this. Do y'all think that? Let's say, do y'all think Finny kind of had it coming to him?
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say he had it coming, but he definitely could have prevented it,
He should have prepared for it.
He should have been definitely prepared. If you know your
and he
op is
should have
out
knew
there
it
looking
was
for you,
coming.
you should have been on your my
He
nigga.
definitely should have known it was coming, cause he was
Yeah.
what
Cause
Wax said. I'm not gonna repeat it, cause I don't want to offend, and we trying to keep it respectful.
oh
But
yeah.
he wasn't wrong. I will say that I agree 100%. Like the way he was moving and all that. Come on, bro. You know better. Especially if you're supposed to be from where you was claiming to be
Who
from.
wasn't
Come
wrong?
on, man. You know better.
Who
you
wasn't
should
wrong?
never
Wack
underestimate the
wasn't wrong.
person that you're going against. Never underestimate anybody. You
Mhm.
never know.
Especially if you got op and you know you got a op. Hello? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Be quiet.
Especially out here in Vegas. I understand he was in Arizona, but in Vegas, man, niggas don't give a about them cameras. They drunk and high.
Yeah, and they've been lit lately. They've been calling that
Mm-mm.
hit city lately. Get your ass hit.
Mm-mm. Chitty
They
chitty
only
bang
been out
bang.
10 years and shit. Niggas is over here taking chances.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so when you guys say basically you saying, you know, I don't want to use the word deserve. I don't think anybody deserves that.
Nah. What shooting range you want to go to? You want to shoot with the ARs? You want to shoot with the pistols? What you want to shoot, a bow and arrow? Because I know you got that motherfucking wild African Serengeti shit in you. What you want to shoot,
What?
nigga? I can shoot it all.
You
I
can
can
shoot
shoot
it
it all.
You need help.
But we're gonna have to wait a
I'm
year
not.
because I can't do nothing until I'm off probation.
So why you ain't even saying something? Nigga crazy.
I just had to say the disclaimer.
Hey, listen, Batman female dog. Listen, man, relax.
What? I'm
Batman
Batman.
Huh?
Batman.
No, I'm Batman. Please don't do that.
Who the hell?
Please don't do that.
Who did that?
That's Keita ass. Please don't do that.
Keita,
So
you
is that
thought
you?
that
Yes,
had
that
not
was
been
me.
Keita.
Oh, hell no.
What in the hood rat hoochie
What in
got
the
in your
trans-
throat?
That shit is just scary.
Scary as fuck, isn't it?
Yeah, love. This shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.